Hockey fans do not exist. What? I'm a hockey fan. True. And I exist. Also true. Therefore, hockey fans exist. Well, in a way, yes, but in another way, no. Well, then who are all these people? You answered your own question. Hockey fans. No, that's not what you said. You said, what are these people? Hockey fans. No, people. People who like hockey. Hey, genius. That's what a hockey fan is. And the study of what is, the study of being, is called ontology. In my ontology, people exist in a way that hockey fans don't. People are a better defined type of thing. A species? What do they call us? Homo sapiens? Or the rational animal? That's what a human is. And some humans like hockey. That's the definition of a hockey fan. Hockey fans also exist. Not in the same way. Why? It's a useful definition. A sports store in Montreal will sell different stuff than a store in Hawaii. Or a pizza shop. They hire a former player to do commercials. People here will recognize him because they're fans. And you can find them and count them? In general, yes. But not well enough. I don't pay too much attention to the Bruins, except during the playoffs. Am I a fan? Well, do you call yourself one? Not really. Then that's your answer. But then one morning my wife picks up my phone and discovers that I've been watching Stanley Cup highlights. Aha! The secret's out. You are a hockey fan. I knew it. So now we have one person who says I'm a fan and another person who says I'm not. What's the standard? What's the cutoff between fan and non-fan? Well, maybe you are a fan, and I see how that could be traumatic for you because you don't believe hockey fans exist. My point is that when you walk into a room, you can pretty easily count the people, but you can't really separate hockey fans from non-fans, not in the same way. Can someone become a hockey fan? Of course, I did. Anyone could. But if you became a fan, that means you once were not a fan. You could have become something else, like if you were born in Hawaii. I don't know, my whole family's pretty into it. But you agree that it's possible. Sure. And it's possible, at least in theory, that a hockey fan, a real fan, could one day stop being a fan. Well, for the sake of argument. Okay, it's possible. But you were definitely never a frog, and you will definitely never be a cat. You're a human. You like hockey. You're a fan. That's something you do. You could even say it's the type of human you are. But there is no shining mystical essence of hockey fandom in your soul that sets you apart from me. And I never claimed there was. We're talking about essential versus non-essential properties. All triangles have three sides. Some triangles are blue. A blue triangle could turn green, but it could not grow another side. Not if it wanted to continue being a triangle. So let me get this straight. Triangles exist, but blue doesn't? No, blue exists. It's a color. But hockey isn't a sport? No, hockey is a sport with well-defined rules. So hockey exists, but hockey fans don't? Right. You could have hockey without fans, and you could have people without hockey fans, but you could not have hockey fans without both hockey and people. In the analogy, I would say that blue triangles don't exist. But they do. Not in this geometry textbook. It has plenty to say about triangles, but not a single word about blue triangles. I wonder why. I don't really care about triangles, but I do like hockey. It might not be essential to you, but it is essential to me. It's a huge part of who I am. That's the point. It's part of who you are. But all of you is human. And all of this triangle is blue. And yet you said that blue isn't essential to it, but if you took away the blue parts, there'd be nothing left. Not true. I'll take a black and white picture. It's still a triangle. Or I'll have a colorblind person look at it. It's still a triangle. It has three sides. Imagine meeting someone who'd never heard of hockey. They would still recognize you as a human. But if they got to know me, they'd learn about who I am and what I like. I would tell them about hockey. And they would know you as an individual, not just because there's only one of you, but because you're a person and all people deserve respect, even hockey fans. Well, what's your point? Well, people have things in common, human rights, but what do all hockey fans have in common? They like hockey. But that's the problem. Liking hockey is all there is. It's all they have in common. You said yourself that anyone could become a fan in Montreal or Hawaii, and you could write novels or poetry or legislation pondering what it means to be human, but you can't really do that for what it truly means to be a hockey fan. Well, people have written books about hockey and what it means to them. What it means to them as people with interests, passions, things that make them fit in and stand out in this world. identities that are partially chosen, partially out of our control. But as we push them out into social use, we find them internalized authentically ourselves in a world of mediation and reproduction. Are you okay? We'll give this one more shot. There's a group of things that exist. They're called animals. Right. And some of these animals are humans. Right. And humans exist. Right. And of that group of humans, there's a subgroup, hockey fans. Right. So why don't they exist? Let me tell you about another subgroup of humans. People who were born on a Tuesday, who also own cats and wear cowboy boots, but who don't like chili or musicals. Sounds pretty random. That's the point. That would be an ad hoc group, non-essential. Some groupings exist in nature. They would exist even if we did not come and name them. Others exist only because we named them. One final example, more like a question. Do you know who won the game last night? There wasn't a game last night. No, that's the question. If you ask that question in some places, maybe Hawaii, people would assume, oh, he must be a hockey fan. He cares about that, the Stanley Cup Finals game? But if you ask that very same question in Montreal, and they are in the finals that year, people say, oh, well, you must not be a hockey fan. Otherwise, you would already know who won. What's your point? It was the same question, the same evidence, the same guy, the guy who was a little curious about who won last night's game, but not curious enough to already know the answer. Same evidence, different conclusion, different contexts. But who's right? Well, they both are in their own way. That's the point. If what a thing is depends on where you are and what other people say about it, it's not independently existing. For hockey fandom, there is no right and true definition or wrong definition, and in that way, hockey fans don't exist.